Hey, what's up? Let's see if some of my notified subscribers can get into, I don't know, the room. I don't know why they call it the room. But yeah, so antinatalism against Efilism. It seems to me like you're a little bit more nihilistic in your ways, more stuck in your old ways or your old habits or whatever. Maybe being too destructive or being raised destructive or anything like that. You know, if you're just only antinatalists. Like, let me give you an example. Like, these people that are, excuse me, only, they're only, you know, they only care about health. I mean, no, not even that. They only care about healing. You know, so I don't know what the exact label would be for just a type of person like that. I mean, yeah, it's like that's a pretty, you know, harsh reality show to watch. Right? So I don't know. It's like these healthy people aren't even giving us I don't know, like a simple discussion to be like, yeah, like you know, we're actually what was I gonna say? The fuck? What was I gonna say? Oh shit. Sorry, what was I gonna say? I don't know, like yeah, like these healthy people, you know, aren't even giving us like a real discussion. They're just like saying they have more willpower and you know, still going by religion and everything. So yeah, I mean, I started watching Amendment videos like a month ago, and I mean, like, you know, I was like, what is this? Like, what is antinatalism? Like, you know, all this stuff. And I mean, it must have took me like 3 hours or something to figure out that he was like vegetarian. Because it's like I mean, like that type of intelligence just can't be understood. People just believe in so much crap, and you know, whether they're addicted to $3 Apple or they're addicted to like, you know, just whatever, you know, providing for their family or like saving up for retirement or whatever it is. People like, yeah. Sorry, I don't know. So back to sorry for psychobabbling. But you know, antinatalism versus Efilism. It's just like, you know, saying it's wrong to have kids or just only have kids or it's wrong to give birth and everything. I mean, I guess it's hard for a lot of people that want change. You know, people that want to change, like people that are addicted or compulsive or violence. I mean, whatever makes you tick, like whatever relieves you of the itch, you know, the urge and all that, like just sort of like this thing that you have to be against something. I mean, I would say, if anything, like one thing, you know, that I'll steal from Robert Cassar is like to go along with this is that like Efilism is, or sorry, antinatalism is more dualistic and Efilism is more trialistic, you know, dualistic and trialistic. Even like dual and trial. I mean, if we really just want to sit here and say there should be no justice, you know, for these this fucking disgusting people, you know, I mean, I can just hate them, you know, so easily. I mean, even the healthy people, I can just have such a black heart, or a heart of black, or just an extreme disgust, you know, for somebody just saying, you know, like their message will bring paradise on earth, or something like that. So I mean, I'm about 59, 49. That's another Robert Cassar thing too, or idea, concept too. Like I'm about 51% certain that I have a serious hatred for people that don't take account of their psychology, or don't want to hold other people for their psychology, or sorry, hold other people accountable for their psychology. Because there are a lot of religious people that are completely just a detriment to society. Just a complete detriment. People determined to just endeavor in this pursuit of what they can do for themselves, not what they can do for others, their country, but what other people can do for them 51% of the time. So yeah, I mean, I lost a subscriber because I scratched off God on the dollar bill. You know, it's fucking, it's so just silly, and I'm you know, I'm done with these fucking shitty robots that should have never been that should have never been, you know, fucking produced in the first place. But I mean, there's nothing, you know, anybody can really do about that in the universe. So yeah, I mean, as if, you know, I mean, it's only already started. So I mean, I'm 51% sure that it's only, the only thing I can say for sure is that it has started. You know, I'm not getting into the fucking Big Bang, because again, people don't want to hold other people accountable for, you know, facts. Like, there's facts in evolution. I mean, one time a guy at a bar was questioning why I was being so religious and spiritual and all that shit, because he kept asking me, like, he's like, can you show me a piece of evidence? Like, show me a piece of evidence that Jesus Christ existed. Show me a piece of evidence. Show me a piece of evidence. And you know, he was an African American too. And I was just so, like, I was so fucking shot down that just someone wouldn't believe, you know, that someone would have more integrity to care about myself than about some, you know, fucked up system, or, you know, some fucked up, you know, country and all that shit, you know, that isn't being, you know, helped. I mean, I would say it's the country. Nobody's doing anything for the fucking country about 51% of the time, and the country isn't doing, or what is it? Like the country would not be doing anything for us, about 40, or the country would be doing something for us 49% of the time, right? So the scale is unbalanced, it's uneven, so you can't just sit around and fucking be so certain that the world couldn't use another fucking amendum. The world couldn't use like another Efilist. I mean, I've met like 2 or 3 people who've gone vegan. They've all been, for health. I mean, well, actually, I went to a vegan meetup and they were all, the guy who started the vegan meetup was in it for health. So yeah, I mean, people who are doing like being a vegetarian, like joining the vegetarian society or whatever the fuck, man. Like people are doing that, people are doing that for animal rights and stuff. But, I heard that fucking guy, that Russell Simmons, like from Run DMC, like I heard him say like it took him 20 years to actually start like to be a vegan, to actually start like doing it for the animals and everything like that, like sentient life. And yeah, I mean, the only way you can really teach people is to like lead by example. And then some fucking asshole fucking health like gods want to say that they that we shouldn't fucking trust any of this fucking conventional wisdom, as if like they're fucking gods. I mean, there are a lot of fucking people. Excuse my language. Like there are a lot of people like thinking, contrary to Efilism, that we're gonna produce, just people that levitate and we're gonna reproduce people that can levitate in lotus position and all of this stuff. I mean, so I mean, if you think, and this is the John Rose, like if you think that the disease process has to be understood before you are able to reproduce, like if you think that this lymphatic system and all of this, biology crap is really supposed to be like all that. Oh, fuck. I'll hold that thought. Isn't it interesting that, hey, Anacor, isn't it interesting that the proponents of antinatalism, why can't I see the fucking message for longer than 2 seconds? Isn't it interesting that the proponents of antinatalism are in line with the 1% agenda? They all think that climate change is human caused and thus we should punish ourselves. Right, exactly. I mean, it is like, the Georgia Guidestones or, just very liberal fucking ideas, overpopulation, like, I mean, I saw a stat on Facebook that we could fit every last human being on Earth, like 7.5 billion people in the state of Alaska. Like everybody could live, and like, I mean, we'd have to like, build buildings like just level after level. Like everybody'd have to live like in fucking twin towers, not like the twin towers would be like the fucking, I mean, whatever. I mean, but that's like, how you'd have to like view everybody living in like Alaska or whatever, 7.5 billion people. So, I mean, I'm not like saying that, like I'm going to push the red button, but I'm just like saying like the science of overpopulation and us being here for, or energy being here for 20 billion years or however long the universe, has supposedly been here, us being here for that long, and being able to do everything that we're doing. I'm just speaking of Efilism as a philosophy, just something that we can, have ourselves to give us a reminder. I don't think anybody should be punished physically. I think people should be punished mentally. I don't think think that vegans and vegetarians should have a war, or you know, fucking a raw vegan should light himself on fire. Like I don't fucking think, you know, that anybody, like, that any of this shit is real. Like imagine if a raw vegan, you know, would like lit himself on fire to get people to realize that like fucking grass couldn't feel, and there was no consciousness in plants, and you just need to wake up from like all of this fucking, you know, shit, like with that. I mean, Australian government did a study on CO2. I don't like how these fucking messages disappear. Australian government did a study on CO2 effects on desertification by looking at satellite photos over time. They concluded that extra CO2 has been reversing desertification. Or can you define certification? Like I can't look up the definition of that. I can't like use Google right now. I mean, desertification. Discernment, like so you're talking about like discernment, like, okay, I really do believe that veganism, like I really do believe that you are psychologically like uninformed or underpowered if you are trying to protect, if you are vegan and everything for animal rights. Like if you think that animals, you know, are more important or just as important as people, I mean, I am arguing that. Like I definitely have you know, I definitely have a fear, you know, like I definitely have a fear and all that, like that my I'm gonna have like some serious consequences for like my actions, you know, or trying to protest and all that shit. So Australian plants, I'm just not a Republican, man. Plants need less water when there is more CO2 in the atmosphere. Desertification equals land drying up and turning to deserts. Plants need less water when there is more CO2 in the atmosphere. Desertification equals land drying up and turning to deserts. So reversing desertification, and like, what do you see like in the world? I mean, we are having like extremely fucking cold winters. We are having like extremely cold winters, and you know, we're having like extremely like hot, like, I mean, I'm in Virginia and it's like fucking, like, I'm looking at the clouds like yesterday and it looked like, you know, Florida. It looked like South Florida. I mean, I'm not like, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, like on, you know, like on the scale of things, like, you know, I would say I'm more conscious of the fact that global warming isn't really gonna fucking do anything to us. But like 49% of me, like the subconscious part of me is saying like it's fucking important, you know? Like 49% of me wants to actually punch Donald Trump in the face, but 51% of me, you know, just the scale, like, is saying like, no, I mean, whatever, give him a fucking Nobel Peace Prize for, you know, going to war with people that chop off women's hands because they fucking, you know, cheated on their husbands. I mean, fuck, you know, people don't, I just think it's stupid not to, you know, practice science. So again, I mean, I'm just putting it on a scale. And saying, like, just like Efilism and antinatalism, like this whole antinatalist argument. I mean, it's just antinatalism has a Wikipedia page. I mean, you know, and philosophers have talked about it for a long time, but nobody until Amendum has really talked about Efilism, how everything is just backwards. I mean, of course, life is backwards. And like all these people are just fucking ass backwards, and that's why people make videos, because they can't say this shit to people's faces. I mean, you can only argue these sort of silly silly conversations or concepts or propaganda that's going on in the world in real life. I mean, or not, or you can kind of walk around and have like that subconsciously in you, maybe go from like 35% of it being into to like 49%. And yeah, people are going to start calling you mentally ill and they're telling you that you need to go see a doctor. I mean, firsthand experience. If humans are causing more CO2 to be released and thus helping out the biosphere by growing green space, don't we owe it to the planet to stick around and maybe just prevent the bad people reproducing? Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, I mean, I, am for being a part of contributing to the community. And that's, like the richest, that's like what, the richest man in the fucking world, or whatever, like said or something. Like one of these fucking billionaire fucks was like, I mean, what was asked like in an interview, like, what can people do? What can people do? Like, not how can people make money and all this shit? But I mean, he realized that he was just the baby that dropped that just fell out of the right vagina, and he just told people, just contribute to your community. I mean, if you live to be 90 years old, you're gonna have, and you don't have fucking dementia. You know who you are, and you have an identity still. Like, yeah, you're gonna be able to like make, you're gonna be able to like say something that is against conventional wisdom. It goes against the grain, and it'll get people to think and everything. I mean, I'm not saying that fucking people that have billions of dollars, are bad people. I'm just saying they're fucking stupid. Plants need less to dry up CO2. If humans are causing more CO2 to be released and thus helping out the biosphere by growing green space, growing green space. What is green space? If humans are causing more CO2 to be helping out the biosphere by growing green space, don't we owe it to the planet to stick around and maybe just prevent the bad people reproducing? I mean, yeah. I mean, we owe it to ourselves. We owe it to our fucking self that I'm not gonna have these fucking low standards anymore. I mean, if I'm with someone, I'm going to be with someone that, yes, I want to like whatever, fucking play God and create a life with. Like, yes, like, I mean, I would rather fall in love with someone that is good for me. I would rather spend time with someone that is good for me. I would rather listen to words of someone that is helping me and not making me go completely fucking insane. So yeah, I mean, I would like, of course we should still be for that idea, or still have that on the scale, like still weigh everything out. I mean, that we shouldn't pledge allegiance to anybody. I mean, we have to live with each other. We shouldn't have to fucking go to war with each other. I mean, so exactly, like, we should rid the planet of these I don't know, freaks of nature. But yeah, so I mean the serial killers, the pedophiles. Hey B, how you doing, B? What do you want, B? B, what do you want, B? I'm not a freaking honeycomb. Yeah, like we should rid the planet of these these fucking pedophiles and these child or whatever, these pedophiles and these child killers. What was the fucking movie I just saw? Yeah, if you have Netflix, watch Changeling. Watch Changeling or whatever, Changeling. Like Angelina Jolie. I think Angelina Jolie's in that fucking movie, and it's a fucking true story. I'm 99% sure that it's on Netflix. But watch that movie if you have Netflix. Watch Changeling. That is a good fucking movie. I mean, based on a true B, what the fuck do you want, man? That is a true fucking story. So yeah. I mean, check out that movie. Like, it just explains like the psychology of like a parent, you know, like a fucking mammal human being that has to take care of their prodigy or whatever the fuck. I mean, like, yeah, like your family. I mean, have something happen to one of your siblings, or like, you know, one of your parents or one of your children. Like, have some serious crime happen to them, and, you know, think to yourself, like, for a little bit, like, before you go out there and, you know, murder that person or physically punish that person and all that stuff. I mean, people can't have like a mental bias if they don't scale out things like pain and suffering and you know, blood and circulation and all of these things that run organisms. Yeah, things that run these things, the diabolic nucleic acid in all of us, like all of that shit that has to fucking eat other shit just to produce more shit. Like, it just seems like we don't have any standards. Like, you know, going from like Gandhi and like MLK or like JFK, like those being like the leader of peace, and now Donald Trump in 2018 is like the leader of peace. I mean, I can accept that. Like, I can accept that we should do something about society. We shouldn't just sit around a fucking campfire and twiddle our thumbs, like, you know, and not feel obligated to talk about religion and politics, like to say how religion is bullshit and politics need to change. So, I mean, yeah, you know, there shouldn't be homeless people in America. You know, the greatest country on earth shouldn't have homeless people. I mean, sure, like, people can go out into nature and all that and like camp and oh, am I like by your fucking, I guess I'm fucking around with your tribe, huh? God, you fucking punk ass bee. I guess, like, you know, people should be, yeah, like, you know, I don't know what the fuck I was saying. I heard if you get stung in your Adam's apple by a bee, you like die on the spot. So that's like scared the hell out of me ever since I got stung. I mean, like, just staying away from bees. Like, I got stung, like, I think twice as a kid or whatever. I think I got stung by a wasp or something. But yeah, so I mean, you know, like, it's just bullshit, you know, like, like, you know, just let people know to be more scientific and let, like, you know, that we need, you know, to change some things. You know, but people aren't willing to pick up trash on the side of the road, you know, or talk to someone who's panhandling, holding or flying a sign, you know, trying to make enough money to sleep indoors when it's fucking snowing outside. You know, people want to kick you out of your business if you brought in a friend that didn't, you know, take anything off the menu. Like, I mean, imagine going to like a 5-star restaurant and not ordering anything, you know. And, you know, people want to like fucking hang you for that shit. Like, people want to like fucking give you the guillotine for that shit. So yeah, I mean, that's fucking bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. I mean, people, you know, people aren't allowed, like, our freedom of speech is really getting, like, we're really, you know, getting low on that shit. And I'm glad Donald Trump is, you know, talking a little bit on that shit, like saying how we should be more politically incorrect, you know, fucking detaining people or arresting people or giving people tickets because they used cuss words, you know, they used profanity. There's there's just these fucking terms in our vocabulary and all this shit, you know, and it's all fucking backwards. Like something extremely backwards is fucking fasting. You know, something extremely fucking backwards is, you know, something even like CO2, like methane gas or whatever. I mean, you know, to say that, you know, that we have to be against that or something. I mean, understanding psychology, again, is just, you know, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to understand the facts of evolution, or have standards when it comes to being a part of the world, going out into the world, or doing what you can do for your country and not what your country can do for you. God damn, this fucking bee, man. This bee is really fucking, I don't know what it wants to do. But yeah. You know, and then also like with the secrets, you know, like holding these secrets, you know, not being proactive and exercising your freedom of speech, you know, things like that. I mean, you know, a white person doesn't want to say the N-word, and a black person, you know, doesn't want to big up the white man, like, you know, in 2018. So, I mean, what can you do? I mean, you're a white person, you're president, and, you know, you're the first black president. Like, what can you really do? That's why I'm saying these people are fucking idiots. You know, having God on our money, having God, the word God on our money, is just fucking idiotic. You know, to think that like this is good enough, that we're doing everything right. Like 51% of us is doing the right fucking thing, and that is bullshit. Green space equals plants. Yeah, so I mean, sure, if you want to say climate change and global warming and all that stuff, and the icebergs, if you just want to say like the ice caps melting, like the ice caps melting is somehow giving this planet like more opportunity for evolution, like more opportunity to like kind of study science or do something like that. I mean, it's just like you don't know how much torture, like our generation, like Generation X, or like the baby boomers, grandchildren, like, you know, like you don't know how much freaking harm and torture is going to go into these natural fucking disasters. I mean, just, you know, to say natural disasters because like that's what they're classified as. But, you know, like we're not going to, I mean, we potentially might not have beaches to go to anymore. I mean, we potentially might not have beaches to go to anymore on the West Coast. Okay. So yeah, like get rid of these, you know, people that get on their knees and Allah Akbar and, you know, blow up 100 people or chop off women's hands because they cheated on their fucking husband, and then, you know, do something about the fucking state of our country, like homelessness, things like that. Focus more on these structures and all of this stuff, you know, like that can do more. I mean, solar panels and all that shit. Just anything that can build more of a society to bring less pressure or anything like that on humans. I mean, people need to calm the fuck down. I mean, we can't just like be talking about World War fucking III every day. We can't just be diplomating, like going around to, like Donald Trump just going around to fucking different countries and saying we're gonna nuke you, we're gonna nuke you. Like, I mean, what the fuck? Like, yeah, whatever. I mean, can we just finish what we fucking started in the Middle East? Not to say that we started that, but I mean, can we just fucking like whatever, just, you know, give them a fucking democracy idea, and can we run our fucking democracy a little better? I mean, I'm just saying, like, not having fucking beaches. Kanye is right. It's 400 years mental slavery. Oh, I mean, fuck yeah. I mean, if you're Anacor, if you're African American, you know, this has been your land longer than it's been my land. I mean, I fell out of a vagina in America, but I'm in no way going to imply that I know what it's like to be black, or I, know what, I know how it feels to have like the mental programming, just like shit like that. I will never be able to understand that ever, until I die, I moved last year to a predominantly, like a Trump town, like 30,000 people. Like I used to live somewhere where I used to live in like the richest county in America, or like the second richest county in America. And like my town, which had like probably 3 or 4 other towns, had like 45,000 people. You know what I mean? 45,000 people, all with like $900,000 houses, or, close to that or some shit. But, I mean, what the fuck, and what are those people doing for the fucking country? So, yeah, I mean, my point is, like, with being African-American and everything, like, I mean, shit, like, people are brought up fucking racist. I mean, there's Confederate flags around where I fucking live, man. But what the fuck am I going to do if a white person says the N-word in front of another black guy? You know what I mean? Like, fucking slap some handcuffs on his fucking wrist. Like, I mean, I'm not going to fucking do that. I'm going to be fair. I'm going to say, like, yeah, I mean, you probably got, punched in the face by your daddy, and, he made you drink your first beer when you were fucking 2 years old, and say white power and all this shit. Like, I mean, I can't fucking do anything for that fucking person. I mean, that person just fucking needs to fucking die off. I mean, get a fucking vasectomy. But no, fucking these these fucking nasty fucking herpes infested white power people. I mean, they're not gonna fucking put a condom on their dick. And most of the pedophilia and most of the pedophilia and like the child molesting and serial killing, like it's mostly white people doing that. So, and I would also argue that most of the white people doing that, they weren't raised to be white supremacists. Blacks are like crabs in a bucket. Someone like Kanye tries to show them the way, and they want to drag him down. Easier to play the victim. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely easier to play the victim. It's definitely fucking easier to play the victim. But I mean, I would be fucking pissed off too if, my fucking ancestors or my fucking grandfather, had to run away from a fucking plantation. Like he had to fucking leave, fucking 10 brothers and 10 sisters just to get the fuck away, and try to live a better life, in his own fucking country. And now this fucking country is supposed to be fucking great again. I mean, this fucking country might have been great, in the fucking 60s when JFK was here and MLK was here. But, no, I mean, Amanda Moley says, like, don't judge a man by the color of his skin. Judge a man by the content of his character. And like MLK, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, like Barack Obama. I mean, these people were well-educated people. These were well-educated people. These were people of minds that wanted change. I have a dream that all, every ethnicity can just fucking, not have to be so mentally programmed by this propaganda that, makes us want to fucking hate each other or drag each other down or call somebody fucking stupid. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you want to talk about evolution, that the evolution would just say, I don't know, like maybe, I guess you know, the Africanus, Homo sapien or whatever, you know, evolved, and then there was, I mean, because I'm not playing this, you know, fucking silly reptilian bloodline shit, you know, fucking, all these, you know, fucking aliens were teaching the Egyptians and all this shit. I mean, I would just say that, like when the black people like had no other choice but to, you know, practice incest and everything when everybody was in Africa, like 100 million years ago, 40 million years ago, the way that the diabolic nucleic acid, the DNA consuming molecule that is able to reproduce itself, just became like just this more evolved, sort of like efficient, you know, sort of like less animalistic, you know, kind of like pussy. Like, I mean, white people are just like fucking pussies. Like, white people got to use fucking, like, you know, bazookas and sniper rifles and all of this just completely fucking pussy shit. I mean, all of these world wars and shit that have been between white people, I mean, it's been said by historians that like fucking 15% of the people at war would fire. And I'm not saying Hitler didn't fucking kill, I'm not saying Hitler didn't fucking kill 6 million Jews, but if you want to believe this shit, that 15% of, you know, these whiteys going to war with each other over land and taxes and all of this, you know, fucking shit, all of this like I guess liberal shit, you know, like, yeah, I mean, they're just pussies. I mean, they didn't want to fire fucking muskets at each other, so they gotta, you know, blow people up with a bullet this big that comes out of a sniper rifle. My parents had to run from war. Japs were interred. Chinese were abused. Chinese were abused, but only blacks are still blaming slavery. Yeah, I mean, I would keep in mind, I understand your subject, but I don't know what the fuck I was gonna say. I would just keep, oh yeah, I was gonna say, I would just keep in mind that there are facts to evolution. There are no facts to religion. But yeah, I mean, blacks, yeah, I mean, it's true. It's true. Black people, I mean, are blaming slavery, and all of this shit. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm, you know, whatever. I'm not gonna like big up my fucking self, but yeah, I mean, I see that. Like, they have, it's again just like this bully program. I mean, it sucks, but like, yeah, I mean, what would you want to do if somebody stepped on your fucking family? You know, if somebody stepped on your fucking brother and smushed him, or like fucking, you know, left him with some broken legs and some guts leaking out, like, wouldn't you want to fucking, you know, wouldn't you want to retaliate? Wouldn't you want to retaliate, like, in a physical manner too? You know, or wouldn't you just, you know, say, like, my life is fucking shit and everything is fucking backwards. I'm just gonna fucking go blow my friend's fucking brains out. I mean, not use any politics or practice any, like, try to change anything, like, try to persuade anybody into doing anything fucking different. Fuck. There are some smart blacks, but they have lower IQ and higher aggression than other races on average. Blaming systematic racism for what race? There are some blacks, but they have lower IQ. Yeah, I mean, there's like 16% of the population in America are black. Lower IQ. I mean, yeah, but lower IQ doesn't always mean, you know, that you're stupid. And higher aggression. Higher aggression, you know, like there's studies out there that show that these genetically modified organisms in our food and everything cause more estrogen. When you produce more estrogen, you become more girly, you become more aggressive, gossipy. You know, that is like, you know, there is biology evidence out there for that. Probably not evidence, but philosophy, science on it. And higher aggression than other races on average. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying. I'm just saying when it comes to blacks, I mean, if they could just, you know, sort of be more Barack Obama, more like be like a little bit more MLK and a little less Malcolm X. I mean, that would just be my point. Like, you know, try to change something. Don't accept this fucking, you know, bullshit. You know, that like fucking don't accept race crimes. You know, like don't think that reverse racism isn't a real thing. Than other races on average, blaming systematic racism for what race realism explains. Blaming systematic racism for what from what race realism explains ensures no solution can be found. I mean, right, and that's just, you know, that's Efilism. I mean, that really is Efilism. Like when you think about vegetarians and vegans, or, you know, like nonprofit organizations, people for peace and trying to prevent global warming, climate change is happening, and we need to, you know, protect sentient life and stuff. I mean, we have the same disfiguration, we have the same mental illness, or I mean, just like the same psychology. It's just a different type of mental dis-ease. It's a different type of discomfort that I feel for somebody who crushes the spider. I mean, it just is like, I would say it's a more developed and educated, you know, understanding. But I mean, remember that like, even if you pay attention like to religion, like I guess the history, that like how you could study, you know, not the fables, but like, you know, what was going on and all of the shit that, you know, like they go for in the Vatican. You know, because like the Pope will say, oh yeah, fucking aliens exist, and that's just because they need to pay more scientists to fucking produce vaccines that are going to cause more fucking autism. I don't know. I'm glad polio and all that fucking shit is gone. I don't want my fucking children to be vaccinated though. I think my sperm are going to fucking produce, you know, some fucking good fucking human being, so like a good person or whatnot. So, yeah, I would just argue that it's coming from a state like black, coming from a state having been here under slavery on the plantation, forced to read the Bible or forced to, you know, like it's like Catholics, you know, going to confession. I mean, fucking, you know, getting punished for, you know, being hung or having your fucking neck slit, like fucking in Braveheart, like William Wallace's fucking wife. You know, William Wallace wasn't even like allowed to fucking marry his wife because like they were from different clans or some shit. And when they secretly got married, or no, whatever. I mean, like, you know, like the fucking the inherent wealthy, or like the police at the time, the knights and everything, I mean, slit William Wallace's fucking wife's throat because she didn't let them rape her. I mean, imagine how many fucking white people on plantations were raping fucking women. I mean, haven't you seen Django or whatever if you're fucking white? I mean, it's just, but I think it's stupid that black people will sit there and say, or point to the fucking white man and say that he's a fucking pussy because he doesn't want to fucking support money when they got fucking God on the goddamn dollar bill, and they want to fucking, you know, say all this fucking shit. You know, they want to fucking, you know, say all this shit like, you know, fucking nuking Korea is more important than helping homeless people in America. Black Lives Matter are straight up hustlers who enable police brutality by blaming everything on racism instead of police rules
of engagement in general. I mean, I don't know if you listen to Cell Fluid, like Cell Fluid, one word. I mean, he's up in New York City, you know, and he works full time. And while he's on the job, like he's driving people to and from appointments for like chemo, or like dialysis, like people, you know, all that stuff. You know, he's helping people like that have like severe physical disabilities, maybe even mental disabilities. And he's like a good channel to listen to. I mean, like if you're black and you feel like listening to like, you know, a black dude that like will sort of like be in your situation and stuff. But I mean, like lately, like he always begins his videos by talking about how like he just sort of, I don't know. His introduction is way too fucking spiritual for me. You know, it's sort of reverse racism in a way, and I've just gotten really tired of it. Like I've listened to like, you know, I've listened to over like maybe 500 hours of Cell Fluid. You know what I mean? Like literally. And yeah, I mean, I just got tired of the reverse racism and all of that shit. But I mean, yeah, I mean, if you don't know about Cell Fluid, he's a fucking good dude to catch up on for me every once in a while. But he is good to listen to if you're into that. But like, you know, health more so than science and thinking. I think you know, he'll sit there and say that I'm emotional, you know, like people like me are emotional and everything like that. People that have mental disabilities are emotional or childish. I mean, that's what fucking Durian Rider says, and he has a retardation. But I just think he, you know, if you have to get emotional calling somebody else emotional, and not pointing out anything like in their philosophy of life, like in their truth, or not their truth, but like what they believe in. If you're pointing something out, you know, and saying that person is fucking wrong for how they are, like how their physical fucking appearance is, and it's not something that they're actually fucking doing. Like, hey, dude, you're fucking pushing a button that is slicing that fucking cow's neck. Like, could you stop fucking doing that? Like, could you stop fucking sticking that fucking needle into that fucking monkey? Yeah, like, I mean, if you're not doing something like that and you're just calling somebody like fucking, like, whatever, you know, stupid, because like they're actually educated and they're using like their psychology and everything to navigate through the solutionless, broken, you know, fucked up racist system, you know, then what the fuck is that? I mean, if you don't want to use your fucking education to get by in life, and you want to use your fucking big muscles and your ability to fucking like shoot a fucking bullet, I mean, whatever. I mean, I don't give a fuck. Like, shoot me in the fucking head. I really don't give a fuck. Black Lives Matter by blaming everything on racism instead of police rules of engagement in general. Well, it's just really fucking immature to smoke. I mean, it's just stupid to smoke weed. So, I mean, if you decide to sell weed, you know, like, you're just making people fucking dumber. You're just making people stupid, more stupid, you know? Like, I would rather fucking sell bottles of water than fucking weed. I mean, I don't understand why people don't get that. Like, but people are so addicted. And I was addicted. I was diagnosed with a fucking mental disorder called user cannabis disorder. You know? Fucking weed made me schizophrenic. Okay? And if, you know, I wasn't raised to be fucking religious, or didn't go to, or if I wasn't going to fucking church as a child, I probably would have said, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking touch that shit. Or at least I'm not gonna fucking inhale it, right? Like fucking Barack. You know, I'm not gonna fucking do that shit. You know, if this is supposed to be healthier for you than cigarettes, yeah, I'll take this. You know, I'll take CBD, like whatever, but I'm not gonna fucking, sit here and, say like, yeah, like there's like somebody has a joint right next to me and they pass it to me. Like, I'm not about to inhale that thinking like, this is going to be the best day of my fucking life, or like fucking LSD or any of that fucking shit that is supposed to make you smarter when it just makes you a fucking idiot. I mean, look at my featured channels. Look at all my other channels. I am I am the stupidest fucking idiot there alive. Spiritual, an agnostic, whatever the agnosticism isn't even a real fucking thing. Like, an agnostic is just some confused fucking person, that is too much of a pussy to say God doesn't fucking exist. Instead of police rules of engagement in general. Yeah, I mean, like Flint Town. If you like, I almost watched the whole season of Flint Town on Netflix. I mean, that's some good shit too. Like, just like, I guess, like, the election happened. I mean, one particular part, like, I think the part like I left off on, like, the election happened and Donald Trump got elected, and like all of the Democrats were all like, everybody in the police force who were Democrats were black, and everybody in the Flint Town police force that voted for President Trump were Republicans. You know what I mean? Like, why would you have a government job and say, I don't want people to give us more money? You know what I mean? Like, how much of a fucking piece of shit do you got to be to say, like, I would rather shoot somebody to defend myself, than shoot somebody because it's necessary. Shoot somebody because they've done something seriously fucking wrong, like put a fucking bullet right through their fucking head, like put like fucking 6 bullets in their fucking heart and make sure they're fucking dead because they fucking deserve that shit. Like, how can you fucking say that? Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and, this person hasn't ate for 3 days and fucking needs his crack cocaine, and he pulled a gun on me and I just had to fucking shoot him. You don't think that fucking person needs help? You don't think that person has like a fucking ounce of fear in his fucking body? It seems like the logical conclusion of the trajectory of antinatalism and Efilism is to be against all life, like the ultimate supervillain philosophy. It's more of a fucking it's more of just a fucking plague. I mean, it's fucking racism. It's fucking suburbanites. You know what I mean? Like, that fucking think that the KKK is fucking preposterous. It's just, I mean, yeah, like, antinatalism is just a bunch of white. I mean, I don't know. There's like books on it and stuff. I mean, it's educational. It's more educational, than hip hop. Than fucking beats and all that fucking bullshit. Like, I mean, ever since I started getting to know Efilism, like, I haven't fucking even listened to music at all. The only song I'd listen to right now is probably like John Lennon, Imagine, or something like that. Just something, that is worth listening to. Something that is like a little more historical and not just a part of conversation. I mean, the real propaganda comes from, like, just idiocy from people. The real propaganda exists, like, in our fucking psychology, in our fucking brains. You know what I mean? That's where the real fucking problems are. But I'm not gonna sit here and say, like, that people are that this is fucking good enough. This is not fucking good enough. And if you think that it can get any better, it's not. I mean, because once everybody in the world fucking gets rescued or whatever, or once everybody has housing, I mean, in America, I mean, it's not gonna fucking happen. Like, look, we went to Africa before we helped our country. We went to we want to go to Mars. We went to the moon before we helped our country. We went to we want to go to Mars, before we're gonna want to help our country. You know what I mean? Like, fucking going to Mars, Mars is should have no recognition when it comes to peace. It should have no recognition in, preventing me from, wanting to, fucking shoot anybody. It's just not. I mean, I would enlist in the military, but I don't want to fucking hang out with a bunch of douchebags. I mean, potential douchebags. Not to say that everybody in the military is a douchebag, but I mean, I just, what the fuck am I gonna, talk about? What am I gonna have conversations about? You know what I mean? And they're not gonna fucking allow me to be Hacksaw Ridge. I mean, if there were more opportunities to be like volunteers to like just do stupid shit, like a question you might ask, like what's like a stupid thing to do that could be I guess like legalized. I mean, like selling drugs or like murdering somebody. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot to fucking go into this shit. But like, yeah, I mean, you have a fucking serious mental disorder and you need to be in a fucking hospital if the only way you can get around town is by carrying a fucking knife. Like, if you can't carry a fucking trash bag around your fucking city and pick up cigarette butts on your way to work, you have to fucking carry a goddamn knife in your fucking glove box or something, or you have to have a fucking like titanium alloyed bat, to bash people's people's fucking head in who want to murder you. Like, you're a fucking, I mean, I think those types of people are pussies, man. Like, cause I don't give a fuck. I mean, I really don't give a fuck. Efilism, like life being backwards. I mean, life is really fucking backwards. Like, you're a pussy if you're not defending yourself with a fucking gun, and you're educated if you can rhyme. If you can say a nursery rhyme. Like, get the fuck out of here, Kanye West. Like, fuck Kanye West and fuck all those other people that just grow up in a fucking ghetto or a project, or are raised to go to church, you know what I mean? And don't go back to their fucking families after they've been fucked in the ass by the goddamn bald-headed, white-haired, glasses-wearing fucking white man. Like, they don't go back to their fucking families and say, this is all a fucking lie. It's all fucking bullshit. Everything about this religious bullshit is fucking dumb. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying, you should snitch or, every time you get into trouble, you should hire a fucking lawyer. But there does need to be some basics. I mean, we need to say, we need to have like a basic concept. We need to have a basic concept that nobody has fucking memory of their life. I mean, up to like maybe 7 years old, it's possible that you have one or two memories. It is not possible to remember a goddamn thing like when you were 1, 2, 3 fucking years old. I mean, I'm not saying give a 1-year-old the lethal injection. I mean, give a 1-year-old the lethal injection if it got its face chewed off because it got thrown into a fucking dumpster. And was getting its face chewed off by a fucking big ass rat, that weighed, like a fourth of its body. But like, I mean, fuck. I mean, these people that are against abortion, like, I mean, look, I told a girl who'd had an abortion I'm just waiting for my fucking paycheck. I told a woman who had an abortion, before me, to never have an abortion, and all this shit. Cause I was into all of this fucking hip hop. You know what I mean? All of this fucking bullshit. All of this nursery rhyme, fucking shit instead of like education and smoke weed and take LSD and talk about perspective around the fucking campfire. Like, I was into all that shit. You know what I mean? And, I told her not to get an abortion. And she wound up getting a fucking abortion. And I don't have any fucking regrets because of that. Like, I don't think that,
my life would be better because she had a fucking abortion. I mean, that was like 5 years ago. But look, I'll tell you another story. Like the last woman I was with for a year, she couldn't get pregnant. She had something called polycystic ovarian syndrome, and she was not an antinatalist. Like she, you know, she wanted kids. She wanted kids, up until she found out that she, like, I mean, she's, you know, up until she found out that she would never be able to have kids. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just fucking buy kid. You can't just buy one of your children. You can't just buy something that you fucking created or whatever. You can't just buy that. You know what I mean? You can't just fucking adopt a kid from fucking Bangladesh and think that it's yours, or think, you know, you have this, you know, thing. I mean, yeah, it might be special, but you know what I mean? It's not going to be your fucking child. But this woman, you know, she was not an antinatalist, you know what I mean? And she couldn't get it, you know? She didn't give a fuck about changing anything in the world. Like, she didn't give a fuck about being the change you wish to see in the world, or helping your country before, like, don't think what you can do for yourself, don't think what your country can do for you, think what you can do for your country. Like, she didn't fucking give a shit about that. She was the same fucking woman that said, if Trump wins president, I'm fucking leaving the country. I mean, how, like both of those fucking women said that. I talked to the fucking woman who had an abortion, you know, like the night that President Trump got elected, because I was like on really bad terms with this woman that couldn't get pregnant, and she had contacted me like the night before the election, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, there's no way that Donald Trump's gonna win. I mean, let's be real. Like, come on, like, Donald Trump's not gonna win, and, you know, but she'll sit there and say, like, I'm gonna leave the fucking country. Like, both of them said, I'm leaving the fucking country. You know, I'm leaving the fucking country, or whatever. So what the fuck ever. But we shouldn't have this fucking we shouldn't have the standard that America was ever great, you know, or something like that. I mean, Barack Obama's fucking motto was, yes, we can. You know what I mean? And because the message is always all about change. You know what I mean? I mean, make America great again is still like a message about change. I mean, capitalism. I mean, what the fuck? You know, there's never going to be another McDonald's. You know what I mean? There's not going to be, like, what else can we fucking produce? We're just reproducing things. Like, technology, science has enabled us to grow and like revolutionize life. I mean, live longer and all of that shit. So yeah, I mean, don't go believing this fucking bullshit that everybody who fucking Jesus Christ was hanging out with lived to be 120 years old because they were picking apples off of trees or whatever. There was no fucking white people in Africa, you fucking dumbass. They were fucking albinos. The albinos bred the albinos bred with the, like, the Africans bred with the Africans, and then the fucking and they produced albinos, and then the albinos bred with the Africans, and they produced brown people, and then the brown people, you know, fucked the white people and the black people, and they produced the fucking Italian, and then the Italian fucked the albino, and they produced the German. They produced the European. I mean, what the fuck? You know? It's not 1 + 1, but it's, you know, it's not consumption, reproduction, addiction, parasitism, crap. It's not that, you know, but it's not, you know, fucking stupid. I mean, yeah. I'm talking to this life coach on Facebook right now. Certified life coach. I mean, I would be a certified life coach. I mean, I don't know if I'll be a fucking certified
detoxification specialist. I mean, I think that's fucking stupid. Yeah, let's just talk to people about fucking the art of fucking healing. Yeah, kiss my fucking ass. As if I want to be fucking starving right now. You know what I mean? As if I want to be fucking starving. I haven't ate for 3 fucking days. I mean, I'm on my 3rd day of not having a single fucking, well, only having calories from fucking coffee. Okay? Like not having any fucking calories. I'm on my 3rd fucking day because I can't afford fucking food. I can't afford to go out into the world with a fucking $20 bill and think I'm not going to come back with some fucking junk. Yeah. I mean, she could. I wish she would answer my fucking comment if she wants to be a goddamn saint. You know, if you want to be a goddamn saint, you better be a goddamn saint, Amanda. Amanda Dollinger. Amanda Dollinger, who doesn't like to shave her legs or shave her armpits and think that that's radical. Whatever. I'm not going to post this video to Facebook, so whatever. It seems like the logical conclusion of the trajectory of antinatalism and Efilism is to be against all life. Life, the ultimate supervillain philosophy, like the ultimate supervillain philosophy. I mean, yeah. Yeah, but you know, that's just because I don't want to enlist. I don't want to be I don't want to enlist. Like I sure. Like I will get drafted. I will get drafted into the capitalistic fucking oligarchy, the capitalistic fucking monopoly, the capitalistic democracy. But yeah, I don't necessarily want to enlist, okay? I don't necessarily want to fight for that shit, okay? Like, I don't want to say that this is good enough, okay? I want to help my fucking country. I don't want my country, my community to fucking have to help me, okay? I don't want to fucking fly a sign and fucking panhandle or fucking play a guitar on a strip and make more money than the manager down the street at the McDonald's, okay? I do not want to have to be forced to do that, okay? I do not want to be fucking self-employed and stick my little dick in everybody's fucking mouth, okay? I don't want to have to do that. I mean, people are horny for fucking money. Yeah, like you've never had a job, like you've never had a job where you're just like, oh my gosh, this is setting me up for life. Like, you know, this is going to give me everything I ever imagined. Like, I'm going to have the fucking best life ever. I mean, fuck, I'm going to have a kid. Oh, fuck. I'm going to have to treat my wife with fucking respect. I'm going to have to be a good neighbor and invest on my fucking real estate, on my fucking land, on my fucking land taxes are going to go up. What the fuck? I mean, that's never happened to you? Like, fucking happens to me at every single fucking job I've ever had. Every single job I've ever had, you know? Even if I was self-employed. I mean, if you're self-employed and you start a, I mean, you know, you start a business or something. I mean, just fucking go to somebody, just go to somebody's fucking house, knock on their door, and ask for donations. You know what I mean? Or say something like, I can help you. I can teach you, you know, something. I can help you learn. I am not stupid. I am not one of them. I'm not one of the zombies that when you put your fucking sunglasses on,
You can see into their fucking soul. Like, I am not one of those people. I want to make the world a better place. I don't want to make the world a better place for myself. And then just say, and if you want to help me out, that's cool. But I mean, I wouldn't just put myself on display to say that this is fucking okay, or that this has ever been okay. Okay? Like, considering the facts of evolution, the facts that dinosaurs did exist and did become extinct because of a fucking meteor, okay? And that there is such thing as continental drift and tectonic plates. And that Barack Obama was right when he said, we don't have time to talk about flat Earth, okay? But people sitting here and telling me that I should fucking go to Mount Sinai and drink my piss for 40 fucking days. That I should go to fucking Mount Sinai and drink my fucking piss for 40 fucking days. No. Just no. I mean, is it Friday? Like, what the fuck? I'm waiting outside of this business because they owe me my last paycheck. Oh, God. And they are not fucking here. I mean, I thought they would be here when they said they were going to be here. Like, they didn't say exactly when they were going to be here, but you're supposed to pick up your paycheck at 12 p.m. and it's like fucking 1 p.m. I got here at 12 p.m. I fucking walked an hour to get here. I mean, fuck these people. I mean, I don't know if that's one of the guys over there. But I'm just talking to you, Anacor, so I'm not talking to any of these other fucking people. I don't know if that's the guy over there. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fuck. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. Being a white person, I mean, I can't imagine being black. You know what I mean? Yes, I am very grateful I was not, you know, fucking born in Chicago in fuck off. I'm very grateful that I was not born in the projects or Compton. You know, like I'm happy. I am happy that I didn't grow up in Compton. But I'm sure if I did, I would be saying I'm happy I didn't grow up in the second richest county in the nation or the world or whatever. So yes, like I mean, at least I'm 51% sure of that. But I don't know. Yeah, so how's that look? Wait, what the fuck? Can't see myself. Yeah, study physics and you'll be able to understand how these fucking lenses work and these cameras and all that shit. Maybe you'll be able to work. Maybe if we have children, Anacor, we'll be able to. Our kids will be able to work for the CIA and have a beautiful mind. It's a nice day out. I'm happy the weather's fucking getting better. I mean, I don't know how fucking Canada is. I don't know. Canada seems like a good place to fucking live, man. Canada really fucking seems like a good place. Like, yeah, America is really full of shit, like, when it comes to all this stuff. I mean, but just the weather. I mean, like, it would fucking suck. I do not want to be in I don't know, man. I lived in San Diego for a year, and that was nice. But it would have been a lot nicer without people. Reckless people. I don't know where. I hope that's them. Yeah, I need to make more videos on this physics shit. I guess that's over there. I mean, I just don't want to have to fucking. I just don't want to have had to walk out here for fucking nothing. You know what I mean? Because this is fucking bullshit. You know? Because I'll have to ask for $100 just to have my apartment for the next 2 months instead of 1 month, or get evicted or some shit. Because I want it to end on good terms, but whatever. And now I'm just so fucking exhausted that like I just want to lay on my fucking couch. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man, like Efilism, shit, dude. Efilism is like, just, you know, life is backwards. I mean, I don't mind telling somebody that I'm an Efilist, or that 50. I don't mind telling someone. I don't mind telling someone that 51%, you know, to try to change their mind, to try to change their thinking, you know. You can always improve, but just start, I would say. Yeah. Talking about, got all this fucking noise pollution. So much fucking noise pollution, man. Yeah, I mean, this chick on Facebook is telling me, you know, just start. Like, raw vegan is easy, you know? Just do it. Just do it no matter what. It's so fucking easy to fucking live off blueberries and fucking cantaloupe for the rest of your life. Where are these people? I mean, I can't even live off of pasta, potatoes, beans, and rice for a week. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do that. Like, I have no discipline. Like, I have no, yeah, I don't have any, like, I'm not very humble when it comes to having to, like, you know, do for myself and be self-sufficient, be efficient in spending money. I don't really have, like, a lot of experience with that. I mean, I don't think that I will, because of my addictions and compulsiveness, you know? Like, it's almost like I have to be in a hospital. It's almost like I have to be in a hospital, like a psych ward, to not be vaping. So this is just fucking bullshit. I mean, whatever. Checking that out. It's called a jewel. It's like a light. It's pretty cool. Yeah. But shit, I don't know. I'm probably gonna try to fucking get a ride or take an Uber, because I want to save my money, but that's not gonna lead to anything fucking good. I mean, is fucking spending money, spending like $10 on an Uber, or buying a bag of organic apples for $10, like, is that really gonna fucking do anything? I mean, I don't think it is, you know. And that's why I'm a fucking Efilist. All right, man. Thanks, Anacor, for sticking around, but yeah, I'm gonna go.